Welcome to another session of our continued playthrough, redo playthrough, Black Skin, Black Shirt, Ethiopia versus Fascist Italy, 1935 to 37, a game published by White Dog Games, designed by Ben Madison. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I announced it in the description. I botched up some rules regarding attacks in Addis Ababa on turn 18. So we're going to take it from the very instance before I botched that. Actually, I paid $1 that I wasn't supposed to have for the attack, and then I attacked with the Red Cross. Red Cross can't attack into Addis Ababa. Well, I'll show you what happened and we'll go ahead. So let's see who we have in the chat. We got the one and only Ben Dover. Welcome. We got from Memphis, Tennessee, Brian Lindsay. Welcome, Brian. From down under, it's Excelsior. Hello, hello. Yes. William Campbell. Silly question. Do you recommend this game? Yes, definitely. I'm recommending it. This is a game that I bought. This is not a review copy. I bought it because I like the theme, I like the designer, and I like the mechanic, and I like how it's turned out. It's challenging, interesting, replayable, yes. So let's go into what happened, which prompted this live stream to start in turn 18. So in the prior episode, during turn 18, what happened during the, what do you call it? The, when we roll a die and earn Maria Teresa dollars, what happened was that we rolled a 1. And of course, the first penalty didn't apply because we didn't roll higher than the number of unused diplomats. But the second one does apply, and I completely overlooked it. That is Italian East Africa. So it should have been 0. We should have had no money. And what happened is that we used the money to conduct an attack against here, Group D in Addis Ababa. I think we did another attack with the Red Cross Hospital here. The Red Cross Hospital can't attack there either. And yes, definitely, this is not a bulge game. Jim Mosman, welcome. And the only way you can attack in Addis Ababa after there's Italians there is by a Black Lions offensive. So let's take a look at that. Black Lions offensive tile. If it is in Addis Ababa, like it is now, there's at least one, that is Africa Orientale Italiano Army. That's the AOI, the Blue Army. Then we can conduct a Black Lions offensive. But to do this, we have to remove the Black Lions tile from the counter trait, and we have to discard a RAS from the tent. Then we roll 2 dice. The high die is the result, and that's an immediate cash award. How many of a number of dollars that we received. And we can use that money however we like, but here's the catch. If we get money through Black Lions offensives, we have to make sure that there's no AOI armies left in Addis Ababa at the end of the turn. Otherwise, we lose the game. And a Black Lions offensive allows us to attack those blue armies with normal attacks. We have to pay $1 for each attack. But here's the other thing, and this is good for us. No Italian planes can fly support for these AOI armies in this situation. It's too risky to bomb or gas Addis Ababa. And an AOI army that is defeated retreats to the pennant space on the path and not further than that. So here is the situation, and we are gonna start the game in this particular point of turn 18. The Chitet, having rolled a 1, we receive no money. But there's also, in this particular situation, we have, remember, Ras Imru died. He was killed in combat during the last turn before turn 18, so we don't have him. We do have 2 Rases in the calendar. They're still not in the tent. In the tent, we have only one, and we have to withdraw a ras in order to do a Black Lions offensive. So if we do one or not, we have to make that decision, and we have that option because we have a ras there for now. So let's continue with our playthrough of Black Skin, Black Shirt. And we go to the next turn. Well, we're in the next turn already. We're in turn, let's see here, we're in turn 18. We're in turn 18. This is where we are, turn 18. And we got no money, so now we go to Takawemu. And we also have this situation here. The event radio spoofing means we can't use any rases. We can't commit them this turn. Okay, that means for any ras mission, we can burn a ras for the purpose of doing the Black Lions offensive, if we want to do it. So we can't attack armies. Well, we could attack, we can't, we don't have money. We have the Red Cross in space C there. But you can see the army where the track where the Red Cross is in Addis, so we can't do a Red Cross attack. Don't have money for a normal attack. We could use a partisan. See, we have a partisan back here. And we could use the partisan. I think I would save the partisan because B is still far away. And, we revert to the situation in terms of our money. We have no money. We have no Imperial Guard. We have 2 Ehrlichon points, and we have 1 Mehal Safari attack. And I checked the rules. That attack allows you, that point, an extra normal attack, not a Black Lions offensive. So look at the situation here for a Black Lions offensive so that you can get an idea how dangerous this is. See, if we decide to go with a Black Lions offensive, we would roll 2 dice. The higher number is the number of attacks we would have, sorry. But look at this. In order to have a chance to withdraw these 2 armies, we would need 3 attacks because you need an attack to withdraw, to destroy the tank in D, then another attack for D, and another for C. So the high roll would have to be a 3. And do you think you're going to be successful in all 3? No. So I'm inclined not to do, it's too dangerous, ras attack. And it's a pity because we have that +1 there, but it's too risky. And if I roll like a double 2, it's the end of the game right here. And this video lasted, I don't know, 5 minutes. So that's going to be, let me see, I'm not going to do anything else. Mehal Safari, no, we're not going to make, we can't attack. We're not going to use our regular attack here. This is a Rocafort here, we can't. This is a Rocafort, we can't make an attack there. So that's going to be it. Now we go for check for the fall of the provisional government. There's no Italian armies here. If there were 1 or more, we roll a die, and if we roll the number of armies there, if the die roll is equal or less to the number of armies there, that's the other way, another way you lose the game. Build Arbenyok, we have no money, there's no money to bank. Cancel the military event, okay, cancel the event. Move the Red Cross Hospital. Okay. The Red Cross Hospital could attack units here, but that's after it enters here. It would attack the army. If it's in the C track, the C army enters here, it could attack there. So I'm going to move the Red Cross Hospital to D. It's going to be in the D track, which is the hardest one to dislodge for now. Okay, now we do unflipment. So we're going to flip the air unit in B. There we go. And that's the end of turn 18. Go to the next turn. And I don't know why it cleared this, so I have to go back. Sorry about that. I don't know why it cleared it. It's a good question. We got until to survive, we have to survive up to turn 27. Okay, so now we went to turn 18. Now we go to turn 19, and there's an event, the Rome-Berlin axis. Let's see. I'm gonna pull a chit and see who is gonna move. We are getting Ras Desta. And we have, oh, wow. This is a completely blank event. Okay, so we place it here. And we go to the next step, deploy the unit from the current turn box. And we place Ras Desta here. Oh, we unflip these in the unflippment phase. Unless we get another slavery abolished result, we're going to be able to use partisans. Okay, so now we go to the next step, play any red event, and there is a red event, Rome-Berlin axis. Let's go to that event. This was the one for turn 15, Rome-Berlin axis. If Empire of Ethiopia is up, which is not, move the Italian diplomat to the Berlin box. It's not up, so we ignore it because what's up is Italian East Africa in the international recognition box. So that's that. Berhanin Asalam. Okay, light and peace. We roll for military events. Let's bring the table. And we roll the number of dice equal to the turn. We're in turn 19. So we add 19 to the die roll. 19 and 4, 23. Wahib Pasha. Okay, Wahib Pasha is pretty good. +1 to all attacks on path C. Okay. It's good because that's one of the armies that is here. We may take a chance with the Black Lions now. Oh, still need at least 3 attacks. 3 is cutting it tight. Well, let's see. Let's go for the next step. Resolve political events. Take a look at the table, and we add 19. Here we go. And 524, Black churches massacre Western Gala confederations. It's 24. Let's take a look at the events there. First one is Black churches. We earned $1. Earned $1. So we get, it's good for 1 attack. And next is massacre. Roll a die on a 1, 2, 3, 4. Retreat the fascist rule tile on the path in Ethiopia. 1 land away. So that means 1 would be A, 2 B, and so forth. On a 5 or 6, we can choose the affected path. Okay, so let's roll 1d6. And it's a 3, so it's C. Okay, so let's retreat the fascist rule marker here. You see it that it is in Dire Dawa. So now it retreats to Harar. Okay. So that's that event. Next, Western Gala Confederation. This one hit us a couple of times the last time, so let's place the card on the board as a reminder. This one's pretty bad because What this does, it does not allow a rush attack in Shiwa. And for the card, where is it? Just placed it here. Here it is. Okay. This is not an effect. This one is. Here we got Western Gala Comfort. So we can't attack here in Shiwa, and all conventional attacks cost 2. We only have $1. That's not good. And that's it, right? No more events. We did them all. Black Churches, Massacre, and Western Gala. We did them. Okay. That's it. Now we go to the next step. Move Italian armies on the paths, but I didn't take a picture of it. But as you can see there, the path there is clear. There's nothing. So there's no Italian armies to move, no planes to bring. And that's good. So we skip this one too. No plane to bring from the skybox. No flip diplomat to bring either because there's none on the chit. Make additional duce moves. There would be none because you compare a blank here on the top right corner with the top right corner of the last turn C, and they don't match. So there's no additional duce move. Chitet, call to arms. Okay, now we roll. There's one Italian diplomat, and Italian East Africa is in effect. So we roll 1d6, and the roll is a 2, which is higher than the diplomat, so that goes down to 1, and we lose 1 for Italian East Africa. We receive nothing. Huh. Okay, so now, Takawemu. So now, let's see here. We can't use the races to make an attack. And a Black Lions offensive we could do, but it's really risky. You got to win 3 battles. My idea, I thought, my strategy was have one of these armies advance here. Then we can do a Black Lions here and then a separate attack on this army. But I really don't like it how it is, how it stands there now. And we can't attack with the hospital here. I don't know why I put this here. Should have placed that in some other track. Too late now. I'm just going to let it pass. I'm not going to attack with the Black Lions. I think it's too risky. And it's another turn that goes by. Check for the fall of the provisional government. No, nothing to check. Build Arbenyok. We got $1, and we can keep the buck because there's still an Italian diplomat there. And we can build the Arbenyok for path D. So we'll do that. We place the Arbenyok here in Gorahe. So that's going to be, or now maybe I should, I'm not going to spend it. Maybe I should save that for an attack here, because otherwise with that -2 penalty, I might not have enough for an attack. Let's save it. So, cancel the military event. It's a pity we didn't use it. Move the Red Cross Hospital. Yeah, the Red Cross Hospital should move somewhere that has an army that is not in Addis Ababa. So let's move it here to path. This is path A. Okay. Advance fascist rule. And the only fascist rule marker that advances is the one in C from Harar to Dire Dawa. But again, at this stage of the game, after the Italians enter Addis Ababa, the fascist rule markers cannot advance beyond these pennant spaces. on flipment. Nothing left to flip. And let's remove Western Gala. Yeah, we didn't do an attack anyway. It would have been $2. So that's it. We go now to the next turn. Turn 20, early November 1936. That blank shit was a break. So let's see next chit what it is. And this one's really busy. Oh, I don't like it. Double B and a plane. So let's place it here. No unit to deploy from the current turn box. There's no red event either. So we go now military events. Bring the table. We add 20 to the die roll here. 20 and 6, 26. Abebe Aregai. Okay. And he provides a +1 to all attacks on A. Replace marker here. Track A. Now we go to the political events. In the table, and we add 20. And 424 Black Churches Massacre and Western Gala Confederation. Again. Okay, so that's 24 Black Churches. We get $1. And the next is Massacre. We roll a die, and we retreat the fascist rule tile in the indicated space. This is a 3, that's C again. Again, fascist rule marker goes from Diredawa back to Harar. Okay. And Western Gala Confederation, again, attacks cost 2. We have 2. That's something, okay. That's it. Go to the next step. Move Italian armies on paths A, B, C, D, depending on what's indicated on the chit. Let's see. Double B. You'll see how this works now. The double B. Well, this particular instance, it'll reach Addis Ababa. Okay. So we have the army there in Amba Alagi. The first move moves it with the black shirts to Desi. And the second move moves it into Addis Ababa. And now, because it reached Addis, now we take the blue marker and we substitute the green for the blue. There goes that. That's the movement. Now deploy strongest Italian plane. Was there a plane in the chit? Yes, there's a plane, and there's a briefcase also. So we deploy the strongest Italian plane. When we look at the skies above, there's just one, the one for D. This one can affect attacks here in Shiwa. We place it here. That's one of the ones that can affect it. We have 2 Ehrlichon points. That's one of those planes we want to destroy later if we have a chance. Now we go to deploy the strongest on Flip Diplomat, and there was a briefcase. So that means that the Italian diplomat is deployed in Geneva. And barring any exceptional event that I don't know of, we won't be able to save any more money from turn to turn because they are all in Geneva, all the diplomats. You can save money equal to the number of unused diplomats. Okay, so things are getting worse. Make additional Duce moves. There's no Duce moves because this turn's top right is BB and the other turn's top right result was a blank. There's nothing there. And yes, that Gala Confederation is popping up too frequently. It hurts. So now that Chitet, that's going to be a -2. Whatever we roll. Here we go. Nothing. Okay. At least I checked the rules. You don't subtract anything that you have. Yeah. So you don't subtract from the reserve, but we don't get any new. So tax cost 2. We have to spend it because we're going to lose it if not. So now we go to attack armies. You can only attack with a Black Lions offensive. Now it's even more suicide to conduct a Black Lions offensive. We would have to push 3 armies back, and actually we would need 4 victories. And the highest die you can receive is a 6. You would have to win 4 of 6 battles. That is really, really difficult. So we do have a free attack here. No, we don't have an attack here because this unit is in Rocafort. The Italian army is with the fascist rule marker, so we would have to commit a RAS there to push him back, but the RAS for that track got killed. So it's getting nasty here. I don't think we can make an attack. We can't use the points to bring diplomats, so we're going to have to spend them to buy partisans in the next phase, because we can't use the partisan. Well, we can use the partisan here to destroy the plane, but that plane really doesn't do anything. We'll probably use them for some other purpose. That plane doesn't do anything. So we have $2. With $2, we can place a partisan here in A, because the cost is 1 less than the strength of the track, or 1 in C. So we got both of them. Which one? A or C? Well, C is already in Addis. So we're in the next phase here. We're not going to do a Black Lions offensive. Too risky. So we are in this phase. Let's do it by order. We don't have to check for the fall of the provisional government. No armies here. Build Arbenyak. That's where we are. Spend our $2. Build these partisans here in C. I'll place them here. So you can see that they're in C, and it costs 1 less 2. And what else here? Well, I'm going to place them down here, because it says that if I place them in the same, if a fascist rule marker moves to their space, I have to disband them. So I'll place them down there, but it has the same effect. Okay, so cancel the military event. We take this out. Move the Red Cross Hospital. Well, I'm going to move it here, foreseeing that C is going to move here. Yeah. That's the only chance we're going to have for a free attack. So C moves here, and we could attack C with the Red Cross attack. We can't attack in Addis unless we do a Black Lions. Okay, so unflipment, there's nothing to unflip. And that's the end of this turn. Here we go to the next turn. Turn 21, late November 1936. Let's go to the first phase. Turn 21. And we get one of our races back. Let's remove this Western Gala Confederation thing. And let's see what Chit is coming up. Okay, could have been worse. See movement in A. So we place this Chit here. In the space there, you see it there. Space for turn 21. And now we deploy the unit. Ras Nasibu, he's the Ras for C. So here, so we have 3 Rases. Red event, there's no red event in that box. Now we resolve military events. Let's see. Let's bring in the military table and we add 21 to the die roll. Plus 5, 26. Abebe Aregai once again. Here he is. We place it +1 in A. Man, that comes in handy. Because he's going to be advancing. Oh, but he advances into Addis. That's not good. But yeah, it's not. We can't do a Black Lions offensive with everybody in Addis. Nobody has advanced yet into here, into Shiwas. That's interesting. Okay, there, but that's a crowd over there in the capital. Okay, so that's military event. Now we go to the political event. And let's bring the table and we add 21. $22. Black shirts, radio spoofing, rumors, slavery abolished, and tanks. Well, some of those are not going to apply. So it's a 22. Let's take a look at those events. Start with black shirts. It's already on the board, so we ignore that. Radio spoofing, this one is not good. Means we can't use the Rases. Can't commit them in this turn. When it says committed, it's for Ras attack or fascist rule attack. We can spend them for Black Lions, but I don't think that's going to happen this turn. Rumors. Flip any fascist rule or plain tile in Ethiopia. Not going to do much. Flip any fascist rule. Let's flip the fascist rule. Let me see. I was thinking about B. If I flip the fascist rule, what happens? It won't advance. That's the most. If I flip a plane, it won't fly a mission. But I don't think I can't attack here this turn. I can't attack here unless I do a Black Lions. So, well, let's flip that fascist rule so it doesn't advance. Slavery abolished again. So that means that we cannot use or place partisans on the board. Flip all Arbenyak partisans in the tent. They can't be built. We can use once we have, but we can't build any new ones. Okay. Tanks, that's ignored because tank is already on the board. And we have William. Welcome, William. Reigning in Ontario, in Kitchener. So that is the political events. Move Italian armies. Let's check the tile. It's move the Italian army in A. Got a full house now. Yeah, got a full house. We move the Italian army here, which is in A, and it moves into Addis Ababa. It's the green army. So now we switch that token, the blue one. That's the only movement for armies. Next step is deploy the strongest Italian plane. All Italian planes are deployed, so we can ignore that. And all diplomats are also deployed. Additional Duce moves. There's no Duce moves. And the Duce moves continue happening until we get the Spanish Civil War event, which is a political event. And we see there's BB versus plane, so there's no Duce move there. Chitet, and we have to roll high because we got some penalties there. So here we go. Roll 1d6. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we only receive 2. But 2 is better than nothing. We got $2. Okay, attack armies. We can't do conventional attacks here. Red Cross Hospital. Cannot attack here either. Can't influence diplomats. Commit any RAS. Radio spoofing is in effect. We can't do that. Use Armagnac partisans to sabotage. See, I could use this partisan here to sabotage this plane, but this plane is not going to do anything. Which is, yeah. Use Armagnac. I think, and the 2 partisans I have in the tent, slavery is abolished. I can't place any. I would like to place a partisan here to destroy this plane and a partisan here. So, yeah. Those $2, I can place a partisan here. And I would still have $1 left. And I can't, well, I can save, let me see, no, I won't be able to save 1. Okay, so we don't use any partisans. Okay, we're not going to do the Black Lions offensive. It would be suicide. So that's that. Now we check for provisional government. No armies here. Build Armagnac. This is what we could do. We could build an Armagnac, in which case I'll build the one in A. No, I can't. Can't build Armagnacs. Nope, I'm screwed because of the slavery is abolished. They are. Yeah, I'm screwed, and I'm going to lose those $2. I have no way of keeping them. So banking, save up to a number of dollars equal to unused diplomats. There's none, so I lose my $2. Sayonara. Disband Armagnac. I could disband this Armagnac, which costs 3, and I get 2 less. I would get 1. With that 1, I could purchase, and I think I'm going to do that because I don't find I'm going to disband this one. So this cost 3, and when you disband it, you get 2 less. And notice how you get around the banking step and by doing so. Okay, because we already did this. Now we're here and disband Arbignon. So now we get $1, which will be enough for a partisan in D, which we can use next turn. Okay. Move the Red Cross Hospital. I'm going to leave it there. So we have now group number 4. Yeah, but we have the black shirts for that group. Yeah. We don't know which of the armies is going to move next. So I'm going to leave the Red Cross here. Advanced fascist rule. And we have an advance by the fascist rule marker in Harar to Diredawa. It doesn't affect the Red Cross Hospital. On flipment, now we flip the partisans. Not a lot of action. Things will start getting ugly pretty soon. Probably have to do an Black Lions offensive sometime soon. And we have St. Louis Keith, welcome. So that's the end of this turn. We go to the next turn. Turn 22, December 1936. Turn 22. Got to reach turn 27 to win. Seems so far away. So here we go. Let's see. And we got 2 going into Shiwa here. So this is the chit. It's going to be D and B. Okay, so we placed the tile there. The 22 turn box. No unit to deploy. No red event there. Next turn we'll have an event. We go to the military event. Okay. Gotta get this marker out here. Okay. Military event. Bring the table and we add 22 to the die roll. Plus 123. Wahib Pasha. I'm seeing him more than my family. Wahib Pasha. So Wahib. Place a +1 on C. Okay, we have a +1 here. Place it there, even though I can't attack him there unless... In the Black Lions, I could, but Black Lions is prohibitive there. Okay, so that's the military event. Now we go to the political event. This is out. This is from previous turn. Well, now for the political events. Bring in the table, and we add 22. Plus 123 again. Black Churches Massacre, Western Gala Confederation. 20. Yeah, that's 22 plus 123. Man, again. So Black Churches, we get $1. The Black Churches Massacre, we roll a die and see where the massacre occurs, and we push back 1. So that's A. So we push back the fascist rule marker there in Debre Marcos to the Blue Nile. And it can still, from the Blue Nile, provide support because adjacency, even across mountains, applies to the plains, not to the unit. And next is Western Gala Confederation. So let's get that card again. Tax costs 2. That's what we have, 2. And no Rasa tax in Shiwa, but well, now we're going to have people moving to Shiwa. We're going to see. Okay. So that was, I think that was it, right? Nothing else. Yep. Now we go to the next step. That was political events. Move Italian armies on the path. D and B. Okay. So D with the tank moves into Shiwa. Place it here. In Shiwa, D. And the other one was B, right? Yeah, B. So B, with the black shirts, also moves into Shiwa. So if we don't push back those armies when we roll for the fall of the provisional government, if we roll 2 or less, sayonara, game is over. It's a pity our +1 applies only to C. And attacks cost 2. But we have, you see there, the Mehal Sefari attack bonus. We could use that. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, and we had movement by tracks B and D. We don't have any, can't block that movement. We didn't have any partisans there. Partisans can block advances that don't come from a Rocafort, but we don't have partisans there yet. Okay, so what else is in the mix here? Deploy strongest Italian plane, but there's no Italian planes to deploy. They're all on the map. Diplomats, they're all in Geneva. Duce moves. There would be a Duce move if there would be a plane in the skies over box, because we have a plane and a plane, but all planes are already on the map. So that's a no effect. And now we roll a die and we earn dollars. The roll is a 4 minus 2. We receive 2. Let's put that in there. We got 4. We can do 2 attacks. And we could do also, could consider the possibility of a Black Lions attack. And one thing, let's suppose in the next turn, any of these armies are called to move. What happens is, because they can't advance anymore, they are flipped and immune to attack from us that turn. So they are even more grounded in Shiwa. Got all that to worry about. Okay. So we have no partisans. This army is supported by gas here and gas here. We should try to push one back, but this one is really hard to push. Oh boy. The other alternative is to go with a Black Lions offensive and push those 2 back and then hope that we roll 2 or less. But we got to spend those $4. We can't save them. So might as well attack. Okay. So we spend our first dollar to attack D here. And the plane that you see there is going to fly support across the mountains. So we place them there. And we roll 2 dice. Low die, because of the gas, is compared to the army, the 2. And the high die is compared to the plane. And we're going to use one of our Ehrlichons so we can shoot down that sucker, that plane. And it's going to burn one of our 2 Ehrlichon points. And we got Federico Pérez Nieto desde Madrid. Saludos. Welcome. So here we go. We roll 2d6. One, both high. Okay, the 2, 4. So that the 2 doesn't beat the army. The 4 does beat the plane. So the plane is destroyed. And we place it in the skies above. But the army's still there. And we just spent, we spent $2 for that attack. I gotta take one more because we have the penalty for the. Spend $2 for that attack. And we spend one of our Ehrlichons too. We got 1 Ehrlichon. Ehrlichons have been well used here. So we got $2. If we don't spend it, we'll lose it. So we have to attack. And the problem is, any of these armies is supported by this one. I guess we're going to have to attack this one again, support it, and we'll use a second Ehrlichon, try to destroy that plane. And then we'll decide if we go with the Black Lions offensive. So we have to spend the $2 we have left. 1, 2. No dollars left. We're going to spend the Ehrlichon, the last one. And that plane there will provide support, even though it's from another army, but it's adjacent, it provides support. Okay, so you have this situation. We need 2 high die rolls. That's what we need. So here we go. We rolled 2d6. Come on. 1, 5. So the 1 doesn't beat the army. The 5 does destroy the plane because we use the Ehrlichon. So the plane is gone. We place it here in the skies above. But that attack failed. Now we have to decide. We're going to be rolling in the next phase for fall of the provisional government. A 1 or a 2 we lose. But I think we're going to have to do a Black Lions because it's not in the next turn. There's going to be another army there. The 1 or 2 we may have a chance. It's risky because if we do not get all these armies out, game over. So we will do the Black Lions offensive. So we place the Black Lions marker here. And to get another Black Lions opportunity, we have to draw the event, the political event. And we have to use one of our races to do so. So I'll use the one in B, Mulugueta. So he's not killed, he's withdrawn. Now we roll 2 dice and we pick the highest result. And that's, and we're in this phase here. We're in the last here. Yeah, Black Lions offensive. I'm gonna take this out so we roll 2 dice. The high roll is the number of points we have that we can do the Black Lions offensive with. So we roll 2d6. Just 2. See what I tell you? But we got to win both attacks or it's game over. Okay, we got a +1 against this army here. But folks, this may end in the next minute. We roll 1d6. We need higher than, we need 3 or higher. Here we go. 3 + 1, 4. Oh boy. So that is the army in C, and it moves back to its pennant space. There you go. Still alive. And yeah, we have one more dollar from the, yeah, I'm not going to mark it up there. We just won the last one, and we need 4 or higher to push back that army to Debre Marcos. Here we go. Here it goes, folks. 6, staying alive. Living on the edge. So that's okay. It may be all for nothing, though. Okay, so that's our Black Lions offensive. The first one we survived. For another one, we have to roll the political event. So that's going to be something to see if we can pull that out. So now we go to the last phase of the turn. Check for the fall of the provisional government. And here we roll a die. 1 or 2, game over. Otherwise, we continue, we live another day, another day. Here we go, folks. Game over. It was good while it lasted. So that's the end of the game right there. Turn 20 what? 23. No, 22. Man. That's sad. So that's the end of the game right there. Man. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. I was, during like half of the game, I said this before, I was purchasing partisans the wrong way. I was purchasing them at the same value of the army in the track. For example, the partisans in track B, I would pay 4, when in reality you pay 1 less. So maybe that would have changed a little bit. I don't know. But this is, I wanted to backtrack to turn 18 because I wanted to give you a good idea of how the game is correctly played, in as much as this part of the game, after the capital falls and we're battling these blue AOI armies. So that is, yes, it's a hard game. And there was a point, like there was 2 turns I was rolling like high, it was super die rolls and still. So that's the end. Today we cut it short here. Where are we? We're at 1 hour. Okay. So that's black skin, black shirt. Let's go back to our Ethiopian sunset. So that's it. And stay tuned for the chat for more dynamics like this. I have a live stream that I will be doing with Daniel Hernandez Iniesta soon. And you know, if you know, C3I came out with its edition of recent edition 38. There's a game there called La Defensa, the defense, the siege of Cadiz. Let me have it here. Since I lost the game, I guess I can drop this on the map. So just to show you what will be coming next. This is C3I and brings 3 games. Brings obviously Korea by Trevor Bender. Nice looking 1 map game. Hex Encounter looks really nice. And here's the rules. Here's a table. And here's another table. You get 2 tables. It's a 2-player game. Here's the map, full-size map. There's also Battle for Moscow. This is a game originally by Frank Chadwick. An introductory game. This is a good game to do a playthrough with somebody also. Here's the map. Nice little game about the Battle of Moscow. You got the tables here. There's some cards here. You got Roger and Gowan, and I think this is I Napoleon stuff, and 1 card for Empire of the Sun. And it brings also this poster for the book by Roger P. McGowan. Nice. But this is the game that we will be playing, Daniel and I. This is a game that brings 2 maps. What is my favorite State of Siege game? I think it's Malta Besieged, and I like this one too. There's a bunch of them that I haven't played yet. I have to, but now that I'm retired, I have time to showcase these games, and they televise well. It's when I say televise well, it's important because there's a lot of war games that if I try to do this with a game that has a lot of pieces and huge maps, it's hard to watch. These are easier to watch and follow. So this is the game that is coming up, the Siege of Cadiz. The way this works is we are defending the port of Cadiz in Spain. This is 1790 something. And the British are gonna bring their fleet. They're gonna invade. And they're gonna try to capture the town of Cadiz here. They can come in through various beaches here. And when that happens, the action moves to this map here. And I played this game before because this is a game that was given to the attendees of Pax Ludica. That's a wargaming convention in Cadiz. It's actually coming up this weekend, I think, yes. And it was 2 years ago. It was given there to the attendees. Daniel submitted it to, I believe, Steve Carey over there at C3I, and submitted the other game that Daniel did, which was the Spanish Road, El Camino Español. They published the Spanish Road, and now they published this one. It's a very interesting game. It's a solo game, and the idea, I may do this like in 2 weeks because Daniel's going to the convention next week. The idea is I'm going to be here, and Daniel is going to be on the other side over there. And we'll both together play the game. And this is going to open a new dynamic for the channel, because these playthroughs, or when we showcase a game, we can have 2 people in this format, which I prefer rather than what you see in StreamYard, with people in boxes, and then the screen size that you have for the map and everything is limited. I like to place the status of the markers on the board. I like to place the phase and everything. So I think it'll work, but I have to set it up. So this is the game that we will be taking a look at, the Siege of Cadiz. Coming up, it's a 400th anniversary of the event. 1625, I said 17 something, 1625. And here's the counter sheet for the whole thing. So let's return to our Ethiopian background here. So now, with all that, that's all she wrote, folks. That's the end of our playthrough of Black Skin, Black Shirt Defeat in turn 23. Right? So, yeah. Historically, the game ended, campaign ended in turn 24, so we didn't even do better than historically. But to win, you got to survive to turn 27. That's part of the charm of these games. They're hard to win. So I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up and watching the series. We'll continue with more playthrough series and always trying to improve it and making it worthwhile for you to watch. So like I always say, this is Stuka Joe signing off for now. Thanks for watching.